Pennsylvania. Today, a good one in store here. It's the Denver Broncos and the Philadelphia Eagles. To kick off, here's Wil Lutz. And we're underway from Philadelphia. Here's Smith on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. He's got a gain of 6 there. Last season's Defensive Player of the Year, Pat Surtain, hauling him to the ground.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
This up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
That's good for an Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And this one does not go far.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. A play fake. Now Hurts to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's going to run for it.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He's making a bid for it. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Completed over the middle. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that 1st.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Well, that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
All right, they need 7 here on 3rd down on what is the 9th play of this drive. They'll throw, 3rd and long. Pass complete to Goddard. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down, not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. They're going to run with Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles finish up an excellent opening series. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Marvin Mims now to return it. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
Mims on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Nix from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. Give him 24 on that play. And it's going to be 1st down Denver. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
They'll run on 1st down with Dobbins. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Jacoby Dean in on the tackle.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
Shotgun snap to Nix. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1st down, Broncos.
1st and 10 from the 32. Here's a look for Nix. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Caught quickly on the slant. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line to gain.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
3rd down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tried getting it to Cortland Sutton, and now they're left with 4th and short. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Here we go with Dobbins. And the early aggressiveness is answered. They went for it on their opening series, and the defense stops them. That's a turnover on downs. And he is stopped a long ways from that line to gain. They force a turnover on downs. First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
At the 28-yard line.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Here's another carry for Barkley. He's got room to roam. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
They go play action. Here's Hurts. This is complete. Downfield to Smith. And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. It's a pickup of 26. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. Running right, it's Barkley. Saw a lot of daylight there up the middle, and he took advantage. 5-yard gain. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets them just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. Option play. They give it to Barkley. And 2nd down only works out for a yard.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now Hurts. It's a screen to Barkley. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the 1st. Great tackle there to bring up 4th down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Elliott connects there, and their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
How about that? He gets to add a field goal to his extra point, and 2 series in, he knows he's played a big role in this one.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Broncos headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. They liked how that drive was going, but the ND and the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Throwing here, Nix. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
2nd and 10, so at the 28. They've got a man in motion. 2nd down. Here's Nix again. Short pass brought in. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one at the 41. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. We'll call that one a gain of, let's say, 2 yards at 2nd down.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the 1st quarter. It's a 10-0 ball game. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They've got 2nd and 7 to start. Nix now to throw. They're trying to set up the screen. Dobbins. And he's brought down at the line.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback, but on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's got Sutton complete. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. A pickup of 17. And that's good for a Broncos first down. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
They're trying an option play left side on first down. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I can promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that, but let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
And this drives him back out of field goal range, Brock, as he's stopped for loss of yardage. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, that is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something, an injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? And it chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
On 4th down, Broncos going to call on Jeremy Crawshaw here to punt. Back deep for the Eagles, Britton Covey. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Complete out to the right side. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic first down. Hurts now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Alex Singleton makes the tackle.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. They'll have the first down and even more. And they're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down.
I love everything about that play, Kate, so much for a quarterback. When you throw in that crossing route, it's imperative that you lead that receiver. You don't throw where he's at, you throw where he's going. And when you do, yards after catch follow.
Putting a receiver in motion. First down, a run with Barkley. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, It's not going to change anytime soon.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Now he takes it, and he will score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles making a 16-point ball game. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. At this distance, a very dangerous player on any pass play because, Brock, as he's scanning the field to throw for the end zone, he's looking for an avenue to run it too.
Kate, this is exactly why it's never been harder to play defense in the NFL. The precision and the execution in the passing game, the efficiency has never been better. But then when you do cover it up, you got guys like this who can scramble and make you pay with their legs.
Jake Elliott to kick
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. And this drive will start inside the 25. Denver set to take the field on offense. And things start to get a little out of hand for him, Brock. That last score made it 17-zip. All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Nix, quick out wide, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
And the Broncos first down. It's a gain of 6. And the Broncos first down.
All set to go now from the 35. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. This one finds Evan Engram. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. Here's Nix. Completed over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. They'll throw again. Nix. It's Sutton with back-to-back catches. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Give him 8 on that one. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Throwing again. Here's Nix. He finds Engram working downfield here. And he's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. So 20 yards on that play. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos cut the lead down to 10.
Broncos 7.
That lead trimmed just a bit. Down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. On the return, Britton Covey finds some space. He's past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He puts a mirror under it deep down the left. This is caught inside the 15. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Barkley is in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles make it a 16-point ball game. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Starting out trips right here, 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. This drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks, and really create some indecision now defensively.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. We send a man in motion. On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Nix looking to throw. Brought in by his back, Dobbins. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Nix to throw. Setting up the running back screen. And he has a gain of 4 on the run, which runs us up to the 2-minute warning.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Now Nix on 3rd down. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
Jeremy Crawshaw, on to punt. And they could really use a good one here. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles about set to go on offense. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Offense showing trips outright as they get set for this 1st and 10. Hurts. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. Short pass brought in. And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Oh, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They'll air it out on 3rd. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down.
Tendencies tend to show themselves, Kate, and really come to life on 3rd downs. Right? They want to go to their best receiver. Defense knows it. They know that tendency. They double it, and they make the play.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And he's calling for a fair catch, which is made at the 33-yard line. The Broncos running their offense out once again. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. First down now, ball at the 33. To throw, here's Nix. Trying to set up the screen, Dobbins. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets him back behind the sticks.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Finds a man right side. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Well, he had a chance to pull up and avoid the hit, Brock, but we knew the outcome from the moment he decided not to and made contact. That flag came out. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. Running it after the penalty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Nix from the gun. Finds the in route complete. And nothing doing after the catch, but a good gain on it. They're down to the 35. Denver calls the 2nd of its 3 timeouts. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First down, Denver.
All set to go now from the 35. Nix now on 1st and 10. That one's complete over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage. at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. On comes Wil Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. This from 40 on the right hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And the gap closes to 14 points.
And with those 3 points, you just dig yourself out of a little bit of a hole. You know, coming out of halftime, you've got to firmly be in comeback mode.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half. The Eagles setting out their offense one last time in the first half. They're going to need some unlikely magic here if they want to find any points with almost no time remaining. Here comes the final play of our first half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Denver offense now with the football first to begin quarter number 3. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Offense emptying the backfield as they come up here. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Pete, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the Nets, the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Nix. He's keeping it again. And Nix slides in safely, doing so after he picked up that first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Dobbins trying the right side. And that's good for a gain of 5. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Nix now to throw. He's going to keep it this time. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it's going to be first down Denver.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Able to get it to Franklin. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
On third down, here's Nix. Hits him on the in route. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Broncos first down. A gain of 7. First down, Denver.
Offense is set. First and 10. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And he's charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Throwing here, Nix. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. And the Eagles get it back after the return is stopped at their own 30.
Intercepted. The Eagles take over.
First down throwing for Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It was DeVonta Smith, the intended receiver. So it's second down coming up. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
Hurts tucks it, starts running. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brought down by the first-time All-Pro Nick Bonito.
It's just a nice little tester for the defense to gauge how well it can account for the quarterback when he decides to run it.
Third down here, need 8 on the play. To the air on third and long. Pass complete to Goddard. And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley, and they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast, but he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
First down run, nabs him 5, now second and 5. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Completes this one to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards.
They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
All set to go now from the 35. Barkley off the pistol give. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
They break the huddle. It's second down now. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. And that's going to bring up a tough third down.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this third down a near impossibility.
Here he goes, third and long. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on third down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory. Looks like right around the 8. So here comes the Bronco offense. And we'll see if they go right back to the passing game here, coming off an interception they threw in enemy territory. First call here coming from the shotgun. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. They're driving him closer and closer, Brock. This play made behind the line. They're now back at the 6.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Here's Nix. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Nix looking to throw. That's caught for the first. And he is persuaded to go out of bounds just as he gets this up past the 30-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They're going option keeper on 1st and 10. Decided to keep it, but couldn't escape the pressure there. They catch it behind the line. Well, I don't expect that loss to keep them from utilizing the option at all moving forward, Brock, but I do expect it to keep them from leaning on it too heavily.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. It's too valuable a piece of their game plan. You want to make that defense defend it, but they did it a whole lot better that time.
Now Nix. Brought in by his back, Dobbins. And he takes this one up to the 41, so that makes a very manageable now 3rd and short.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Nix trying to sneak it. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line, no gains.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
First down from the 42. There's the fake. Here's Nix. Finds him over the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
Why in the heck do you need 2 or 3 plays when you can get it done in one effective call right there? Go from first down to first down, exactly the tempo offenses love.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go, first down. Running this with Dobbins. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Again, they'll run with Dobbins. They stuck with him and got the same results. He is stopped at the line once again to quickly bring up 3rd down.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. Third down, and they need to get 10. Third and long for him here. He's got Sutton complete. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos now within one score in the fourth. Cortland Sutton, the touchdown. Well, Brock, even with it being possibly the most popular route for teams to go to, sometimes you get it on the slants, you find yourself in the gap to turn it into much more, including what we just saw, 6 points.
All this time on task between you and I together, why do you think it's the most popular route?
Easy for the QB?
Yeah, I mean, short distance, easy for the QB, and it's also great versus man or zone. There really is not a defense that you can employ out there when you execute it right and you execute it on time, the big plays, and sometimes like this, touchdowns will follow.
Wil Lutz.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Covey now to return this. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Space on the right. He's got room. There he goes again. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the fourth. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground.
Okay, we hear week after week how hard it is to run the football at the NFL level, and it is. But this guy today, he's making it look easy, and they rarely do that from the running back position.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles double their lead to 14.
17.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Broncos offense all set to go. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be a sky high right now.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Short pass brought in. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Play action with Nix. He'll check this one down, complete to the fullback. And he will wind up out of bounds after a 1st down gain of right around 3 yards.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Nix to throw. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. He tries to set the screen. Dobbins. And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Actually might have lost a yard. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Not terribly complicated on this one. Just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Down in the 4th, offense staying out there for this. Desperation time here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. They went for it, got the 4 yards they needed. That keeps this drive alive.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Once more, it's Nix. Setting up the screen. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
42-yard line.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll throw again. Nix finds a man. Adam Troutman has it. And they get this down to the 28. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. Almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
They'll run on 1st down with Dobbins. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd down now.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force to throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
A 41-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. You hate to see this on 4th down for that defense, roughing the kicker. Now they've got a first inside the red zone. They'll run here following the penalty. Ooh, he made most of that one, didn't he? Give him 9 yards on that 1st down carry.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
1st down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. And he's got it. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos now within 1 score in the 4th. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Broncos chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Broncos 24.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Covey now to return this. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They'll start this series with an option left. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Hurts now from the gun. Completed left side to Smith. This is a nice gain. Nearly moves those chains. He's got it up to the 36.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
It's a sneak. Hurts. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stuck him at the line. No gain.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
We've set it down from 37. First and 10. Here's Hurts. Finds him on the crossing route. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he's down to almost, oh, no, they're actually going to give him the 30 here. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
Danger, King. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Hurts has it. All the left side. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up third down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Play number 8 of this drive, and it's 8 that they need here on third down. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
A lot of pressure on this kick for Jake Elliott. First field goal was good. His second look from inside of 45 yards. Elliott connects there. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
He fields it from the 8. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30. Denver set to take the field on offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. So first and 10 now from the 30. Nix now to throw. This is Sutton working the right side. And he's halted after about a 6-yard pickup. The stop made at the 36.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Nix from the gun. Back to a familiar target. It's Sutton. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. So maybe the last person you'd expect to get tagged, but that's roughing the passer on one of the cornerbacks. So roughing the passer gifts them a 1st and goal. Nix getting to stretch his legs a little bit here. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Send a pretty clear message to the QB right there on that one. No one fooled for a second as they create the tackle for loss.
Loss sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap to Nix. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Cooper to Gene in to pick it up. And he's out in the clear. The 30. The 10. And this is going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown, Eagles.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles take a 3-possession lead.
41. Broncos 24.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. On the return, here's Mims. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And any comeback hopes they may have been entertaining, Brock. Well, they might have left the field after that last pick 6.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty incredible things happen in the 4th quarter before, but now a 3-score game coming off of a turnover. Yeah, this one should be likely over.
Back to the air, Nix after the pick. Oh no, they get him yet again! Andrew Makuba makes the play. And he's taken down, but before that offense comes out, they may want to wait a second. We've got a flag down, and it is in the backfield. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. The Broncos running their offense out once again. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Nix. Short pass brought in. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
The Eagles into the nickel, 3rd down coming. Throwing now out of the shotgun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Hits him on the out route. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Nix to throw again. That's dropped off for Dobbins. And they get this down to the 28. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again. Here's Nix. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Cooper to Jean in to pick it up. And the Eagles get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
Nix's pass intercepted.
Design keeper here for Hurts. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.